Hello and welcome back to Mimas. I'm Mick, we're playing Stationeers. That's right, we're on Mimas. No, it is day 59. I've just had a bit of an emergency in my plant room. My water was getting too hot. I just dumped a heap of more stuff in the thing. More fuel in the crusher to make more water because I was run out of fuel. And it must have been running pretty quickly because I left this thing on, I got a heap of water pumped into here. It was too hot and the plants were dying. So I quickly put on this thing here to evaporate the water to cause the water to go down cooler. But I vented that back into the room, hoping that this could actually cope with it and cool it all down. Well, it kind of couldn't. It got up to about 55 degrees in here, and I had to, basically I just opened the door. It was about 12 degrees out there. But it looks like I have injured myself by standing in 55 degree heat with my helmet open, because I'm sitting on, my health is just there sort of saying, you hurt yourself. I've been in 55 degrees heat before. Breathing that didn't hurt me. That was a normal day. So I might have to have a cryopod. I'm going to have to put something in here to control the temperature of the water. That is not the way to do it. So I can say that's dumb. Don't do that. I probably could have pumped the water back into the that side of the cooler. That would have worked. Maybe I still keep that there, just in case. Maybe I won't pull it down just yet. I'll just leave it switched off. But I need a cryopod. I've got the water cooled down, so we're doing all right again now. But I'll have to get a water cooler for here, so control that one there. I think I've got a controller on there. We're doing all right. Now our power's still going all right. We're 14 degrees in here. Now I needed to hook up. Oh yeah, I've put up, because I put up the radiator on top of the roof there a few episodes back and then completely forgot about it. So let's actually use that. And we'll grab a sensor. And I better grab my suit on or I'll die. Oh yeah, and look, I made myself a new jetpack. Pretty cool, huh? I made some wasp alloy and yeah, that takes ages to do, so I skipped out of that. That's just a matter of putting gas in the furnace and then cooling it down until it's cool. That's why it's called cooling it down. But the power's still good. A GFG's still going. I needed my plumbing thing, didn't I? My cryopod, which I think comes out of here. Cryo tube. And a vent. That's all we need on that. Well, we need to think about power improvements somewhere along the line too. Gotta sort that one out. I think I know how I'm going to do that. I've done some more mining. So we've got plenty of resources. And it is time to go outside and see what we're doing. Visor closed. Now I have been faffing around with a cooling system outside and yeah, it's working. So I have my CO2, which is almost cooled down. There's an awful lot of it in there, so it's taken a while to cool down. But I have my pollutant cooling that one down. My pollutant, I have lots of liquid pollutant. I've done a lot of gas farming in between episodes too. That's probably why a few days have passed. It's taken ages to get the gas, but we got it there. So that's down to 96 degrees, which is a little bit warmer than the minus 90 that we were trying for. Oh, it's a liquid. Okay. Yes, that's meant to go down to about minus something. Yeah. That one there should be the liquid nitrogen, which is over here, is, we got sweet FA liquid in there. But that is trying to cool down the pollutant to a minus 90 something degrees. But I'm not really making my liquid fast enough. And these radiators are pretty weak. They're only 500 joules a pop. So I got to put up a huge farm of these things just to get a bit of cooling done. So there's 9 of them there, a bit over 500 each. So I've got about 5 kilojoules of cooling in that one. And not much is coming out of that one. That's doing 2.5 kilojoules out of that one. But we're trying. I have plenty of nitrogen. There's 18 megapascals. And once the CO2 is down to 25 degrees where we want it, this will stop heating up. And once that has all been cooled down and liquefied, then I will start to build up a supply of liquid nitrogen. But in the meantime, we're just using it all as quick as we can make it. So that's not good. That doesn't look very structurally sound. But anyway, so this is my radiator here. I first put it on the wall there and thought, no, we'll put it on the roof because that looks silly. So I might put it back on the wall so I can see it working. Okay. No, I'll leave it there. Let's be decisive. Now, the sun is pretty weak. Now, the sun does affect these things when it shines on them. Well, it affects any of the radiators there. I'm not sure if that's why we're getting bad use out of them, because the sun's shining on it. 527. Well, it's in full sunlight, it is still the same. Now, the sun's pretty pathetic, so I might not have to. But this one can rotate, so I always have it side onto the sun. And I can do that, so I'm going to do that. Now those ones don't have a gas variant, do they? Radiator. So large extendable radiator. That is only for liquid, I do believe. Comes from you, and yeah, it's only for liquid. There's no gas variant on that one. But anyway, so if we want to point its edge onto the sun, if I put my solar sensor, doesn't matter which side we face the sun, so if we put a solar sensor here and put the horizontal angle to that one, it should always have the edge, because if that's sitting that way at its 0 angle, this is sitting, well, 0 is pointed actually that way. If I send the horizontal angle to that, it should always have one side of the radiator pointed at the sun. Although the sun's pretty weak, so it may make no difference. But I'll do it anyway. Well, what are you going to do about it, huh? Now I can say, and you, and hopefully I can get that inside down here somewhere. Now I'll need pipes. I'll need insulated pipes. It's exposed to the outside. Boop. 20. That may or may not be enough. I'm betting on one of those two. So I can pump it straight into the back of that. Let's not connect it up yet, shall we? I'll do you, 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 you. Ooh, I'll need a water sensor, temperature sensor on there as well, won't I? I can pull out one of the trays and replace it with a device. That'll tell me the temperature. Then I don't have to use any power from it. See, I can be a tight ass. Okay, so that should be all I need for that. I don't know how efficient these things are, but we have 34 degrees. Put you up. Wow, look at that drop. Damn, spectacular. Well, this might be a complete waste of time then. How are you doing? Whoa, you got kilojoules coming out of that one. Ooh. I don't have a large one for gas. Well. How about that? But this is a solar panel radiator I can actually switch off by retracting it. So that is how we can control this. We can hook it directly to that. When we switch it off, it doesn't do any cooling at all. So that's how we'll do that one. Now, this one over here was the other one we wanted to change. Yep. So if I grab you and say, oop, you're coming out of there. You are somewhere in there. That's going to look like crap, but that's okay. I can live with that. Oh, that jetpack's so much faster. Nice. And my gas pipes are... right. I don't have any gas pipes. I could go with insulated ones. I don't have enough insulated ones. Well, poop. Ooh, I could just leave that on as an always on thing, couldn't I? It does use power. If I just put it outside... No, I want it in there. That's all right. Nope, never mind me. Whee! So I need some more... Right. Now, how are you going with my cryo tube? My not yet dead machine. That'll do us. I need a welder. Plastic sheets, is it? Plastic sheets. Now I need glass sheets and a screwdriver. Oh no, I had to look up to find them. That was weird. Boop. There we go. Put you back on the floor where you're meant to be. Now I want a vent, which I can get from you. Because all I need to do is have a breathable atmosphere in there. So because I've got a breathable atmosphere in here, I can just do that. Just vent it straight to the room with you. And power would be handy too, I guess. Yep. And you. Yep. 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 And nope. There we go. You. Okay, now you go to there, to there. I suppose I should make myself a medical thing, shouldn't I? And just see if I am injured. Or how badly. Iron. Oh, that's a lot of iron. Yeah, I just kept feeding that iron through the furnace to cool it down for the waspaloy. Now, one of them, and a, what you call it, a tablet, and I've got a little battery in the junk pile because little batteries are junk. You. No good yet. Because it's medical. So look medical. And you. There we go. Oh, and while I'm at it, you're the wrong colour too. Oh good. I'll be able to find you now. There we go. Okay. Got no damage. I've got no organs. No wonder I'm feeling sick. But anyway, let's see if I can.
Cognition low.
Is that going to heal my health? Yes, it does. Okay.
Cognition critical. Cognition low.
Oh, just had a bad trip, man. Okay, I'm all healthy again. Wait a minute. A little bit woozy. No, I'm good. I can hold it. Now I wanted. I had to hook up the stuff in here. Now the water is hooked up. I needed to change one of these things to a device. I need to get cable to someone down there. And I think I just came in there. Got to get cable to you. Nice. You should be a cable over there because the thingammy, the Cookamatron's in there. Right. Now if I take you out, change you to a device, I can now read the water temperature without having to put in a sensor there because I'm a tight ass. Right. Because power is precious. We're being very economical and hugging trees and that sort of crap. Now I'm not going to have enough cable to hook this up, am I? Unless I have enough cable, in which case it's not an issue. We're good. Right. So, you can go back there. I haven't painted the floor. I'm like a caveman. So let's blue floor. Why not? Bit of interior decorating to make sure it's all nice. Don't want the plants to feel neglected. There you go. Never mind the pollutants. They're yummy. And, we don't have orange kitchens. That's just wrong. Okay, we're good. Now, no. We're over there. Right, interior decorating done. So now I want to get the sensor, the device, so I need to know the temperature of the water, and switch that on when it gets too hot. Switch it off when it becomes too cold. And see if I can find my computer somewhere. Yoink! Now, I have... You're controlling my CO2, aren't you? Now if I grab you and import that. So I'm using the gas sensor, digital valve, volume pump, and nothing. So I shall need the hydroponics device, the sensor, daylight sensor, okay. We should grab the hydroponics device and the, yep, that one there. So the radiator, so we got the sensor, solar sensor, hydroponics, and radiator. Now, so we have solar sensor to D3, ALSC, hydroponics to D4, and ALSC radiator to D5. Okay, so I suppose we can set the angle of it. That doesn't matter, but yeah, it's hooked up, so let's use it. So load into R0 from the solar sensor, the horizontal, and we shall save to the radiator, radiator. That's for keeping rats cool. The horizontal to R0. Right, so that should set the angle of it, and that will make no difference, but we've done it anyway. So now we want to go from the hydro, so load into R0 from the hydroponics, the temperature. Now we will set this thing on by saying stuff. Probably want to set up an alarm too. Yeah, it might be an idea because I was only just happened to come in here and find out the plants were almost dead. So a bit of warning might be nice for when I'm not in the room. So we shall set up a flip-flop, same as what we did up the top here. Well, I can probably just copy that, can't I? Copy you. Yep. Copy you. Copy you and copy you. So we shall be saying that'll be you. And I probably want, does it activate? Open. Open is what we want. Right. Open. Open. Okay. So if it is greater than 25 degrees, open it. If it is less than, so it's greater than, skip that line. So if it's less than 24, keep going and we will close it. That should do us. Yep. Boop. Export you. No errors. And I can't see if that's working, so well done. I guess I can go outside and have a look. And probably switch off a few things and stop using up so much power. And take you and you and pipes. I needed some pipes to take outside for the pipey goodness. Pipes. You. How much I got in there? Well, then I just want to let that run. Probably not. I can just go and enjoy the view for a little bit then. Wow. That is pretty cool though. Imagine waking up to that every morning. And that'll do us. Or not. One of those two. You. 15 degrees in there. We're still pretty good. And that's just with the passive cooling going. Now, I've still got to get the Stirling engine running. Oh, where are we? Oh, that is cooling. Well, that's right, because it was 30 degrees, wasn't it? So it has opened up. Yep, if we close it, it says nope, 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 you open. Now, I wanted to put these things. That has got to connect over to there. So, I didn't have to make that look quite so shit. Let go up there. Can. That's not an insulated pipe, so no. Alright, we'll put it out here. I'll ruin my... Oh no, it's right. Saturn's on the other side, so I'm not ruining my view. I won't depreciate my property value by having a bad view. You. So now, if I pump you down to there, so now anything I blow out of that will now have to come back in through the radiator, this thing here. Okay. Now I should be able to cool the... Damn you. Okay, I can paint that from inside. Don't panic. But that's working. That is side onto the sun. That is putting out 2 kilowatts. And that is very slowly going down in temperature. But I can switch the other one on now and have that one go down in temperature too. You've got nothing in there. Why have you got nothing in there? Because I've switched that off. Because it was overheating. That's why I switched that off. But now it doesn't matter. Because I can now cool down my water inside there. Excellent. So what's temperature in there? That is very cold. Going up. 260 Kelvin. Going down. That's just going to be very cold now. Oh, that's not very high. Am I running out of gas again? Okay, so I've got to get my gas production back up. That's not that bad. You're just doing a lousy job. Okay, they've still got filters. Oh no, we're going back up again. 296, 297, 298, we're good. Don't panic. And I've had to refill my CO2. Well, that's still hot too. Okay. So here we are, out in the freezing... Out where it's freezing out near Saturn, and I'm having heat issues. Oh, there's some pipes. I could have used them. But anyway, you still have no liquid. Well done. You're still too hot, and you're still cooling down, and you're still too hot, but not far off it. Okay, so I can now go in. You're good. Okay, so we're good. You can go into there, there. I can... Ooh, I was going to put up a light, wasn't I? That's a plumbing machine. I don't want that. Go away. The light. I should grab one of them. And some cables. Yeah, okay. Let's put one of them, say there. And cutters. That is on the inside circuit. So I have a flashing light there now. I shall want to know what it is called. I have a configuration card there. So we should make up another one of those tablets there. We are C7B4. C7B4. Let's write that down, and I'll probably still forget it. Where are we? C7B4. Excellent. That is a B, not an 8. We're good. Right. So now I can put you back, put you away, and put you back in there. We all switched off. We all good? We all good. It's all right. Right. So now my temperature in there is 299. I should be able to just flick you on. And that should now use the evaporative cooling in there to cool it down the rest of the way. 26.1. It's a little bit faster. Okay. Yeah, still 318 coming in. 319. That because I'm dumping a heap of extra water in there? Yeah, probably. So ironically, that might have just heated it up. It is coming in at 309, 308. We got 299. So the radiator outside is cooling it down. So I shall want to go into here. And I shall define the flasher as, what do we say, a C7B4 and alias the alarm as R10. Okay. So we have the temperature. Okay, so we get the temperature in the room. We want to set the alarm on if that is the wrong way. So I shall say set less than 15 degrees. So what's that, 287? Less than set R1. We'll just sort of say set alarm for the first one. If R0, the temperature, is less than what do we say, 88, 15 degrees. If it gets below 15 degrees, something's wrong. Okay, so this was set greater than, set R1. If the temperature, R0, is greater than, say, 3 308, 35. And we shall... Or... alarm... alarm... alarm, and 1. So if either of them happen, set the alarm on. Right, we know our ratio of carbon dioxide. So we shall say set... I've lost it. Okay, so we've got our ratio of carbon dioxide. We shall say set less than. So set R1 if the ratio of carbon dioxide is less than 1%, 0.01. Whoop. And we shall now say, join that into the alarm. Water temperature, we shall do the same sort of thing here. We shall say I'll set greater than, I'll probably just pick the ones that we had up at the top here. Yep, you, copy you to there, and copy you to there. Right, that will be R1 because we don't want to reset that. So we have our temperature there. If it is too cold or too hot, set the alarm. So I need to join that into the alarm as well. With you, copy. Right, so if any of those things have happened, the alarm will be set. So now I can just save device. FLASH flasher on R1. Okay. Confirm. Yep. Export you. Okay. That may or may not be working. Haha! We have an alarm. Just in case we have a plant-based emergency. Okay. Well, we seem to be going all right. You... and a 297. So the radiator should have shut off. And... awesome. Well, that might save future emergencies from that one. And no emergencies. Okay, so I have done stuff. Now my Stirling engine. I need to reconfigure my water maker and probably get some fuel going and get some trade and everything else that we need. Because currently I'm just blowing out all the excess gas up here. I'm not actually using it for this thing. Now, I thought, it does happen. So I shall get a heat exchanger. It's a large one. Small. It's going to float. Large. Be the one that has large written in it. That might help. I want a large one. Well, you know what? I'm going to get a large one. I don't have an Invar. Made Invar. Where'd my Invar go? Oh, I probably put it in there to make stuff. Nope. Sure I made Invar. Wow. Shit. solder. Didn't roll under the shelf, did it? Nope. Oh, hang on. There we go. Right. I'll grab one of them. I think I need steel sheets for that, which I have somewhere. They might still be outside. I was using them outside, so we'll assume that they're there and not actually check. And yoink. Oh. Now I will get the gas straight out of there, straight out of the water cooler and water heater, and put that to a heat exchanger going to the furnace. Then I can send it to this to cool the stuff down. Then it can go to the water filter, and then whatever's left can go into the... Probably want to cool it down first. Maybe capture it in another tank and cool it down, and then feed it through the filtration. That might be a way to do it. I've got my suit on. I've got my suit on. Because at the moment I'm just dumping all that heat outside and getting absolutely nothing for it. So if I ineffectively put it through a Stirling engine, I'm at least getting something from it, even if it is completely ineffective. Well, won't be, well, no good if it's completely ineffective, but if it is mostly ineffective, it should still be good. Right, so I've got to cool it. Can I cool it with... should I... I could cool it with pollutant. That's going to be cooled down to like minus 100 degrees. I could use that in there. Geez, I'm never going to get any nitrogen there. I might have to put in... spam in a few more coolers. Because these just get me nowhere. Okay. I need better radiators. Right, so I have furnace. So everything currently comes out of hot stuff into that pipe, gets filtered, and then it comes out of you, goes into there, gets filtered, and then everything that doesn't have water goes into here. Although it does have a bit of water in it now because I let the filters run out on that, and it's just dumped everything into the water line there, so I lost a heap of water. So I want to take that. I could put active vents inside there. Maybe to keep it cool and blow everything back out into there. So I need to hook the pollutant up to that line. Okay. So that will have to all be insulated. So I'll still need a volume pump. I do have... It is all sealed? Yes, it is. Well, that was handy. So... Now, the stuff that comes out of this, I want to put the heat exchanger on that to connect to the furnace. I could put that heat exchanger on top of there. Don't pull that window out. Put that away. It's got to come from you. I need fuel for you, fuel for you. Exhaust has got to come out of you. You hook into that line. You are there. You'll need the heat as well. That's got to come out of there. First go to you. Then to you. Then to over there. That could have been planned a bit better. So maybe if I move, the fuel's got to get to you. My fuel line's going to be coming from outside, so fuel's got to get to you, get to you. So if I put a fuel mixer in here, hook to that, you, it's just a heat exchanger onto there. In the water extractor, I need you to come out. You could go underneath the floor and look a bit neater. Look at that. You. How am I going to do this? So, oh, what the hell? Let's just budget. Now I can put the heat exchanger under the floor. Connect that to you. I shall still need my overpressure on that one. I still need the hot box. So that's all still got to stay. Then you have to release that to there. Okay, so that one needs to hook to the heat exchanger, which cannot fly. Great. It is gas to gas. And I can put you in a place. I may have to chuck in some frames here. If you go up, like say there, I could put it inside there. That would be out of the way. It's just space I'm not using there. I probably can't fit it on there, can I? Because that's not a frame. Stupid frames. I could put a frame on there. Okay. Do I have a frame? I do not have a frame. Right. Yeah. Nope. I might need to turn that jetpack down a little bit. Oh, I already have. It's only on 50. Okay, so I wanted a frame up there. I don't have a frame. I need a few more frames actually. So, frame. The frame up there. Yep, I think we should be right. I cannot put the frame up there. Well, because the wall's inside. Okay. Oh, piss. No. You go to there. You can go to there. You go to there. You go to there. The mining crap that I'm still carrying around. Go away. Okay, so I needed frames. Let's grab some walls. I don't have any walls. Just flat walls. Well, flat wall will do. That means I don't have to carry around those ones. So if I put a flat wall outside, can I do that without... Almost. Oh, shit. Alright, I'll go and put that outside and see how we go. Ah, 11 degrees in there now. Oh, wow. When I pull, if I use the... Okay, now I need to put you onto there. One of them. Okay. Now, you have switched off. That's good. You're supposed to do that. You are running out of that. You're supposed to, because I have switched you off. Now... I can come back in here. Pull this out. Make sure I get the right one. And grinder. Good. Now I can put up the frame. I can put up my heat exchanger. Shit. I can't put up my heat exchanger. It's not sitting on a frame. Oh, son of a... I'll put it over here. I don't want to put it there. Right. Well, I'll put the window back then. You. I want to put it there. Oh, why not? It's part of the furnace, I guess. Yeah, let's grab the electric one. Pipe. Wrench. And now a steel sheet. Gotcha. I can have that there. I can hook that to the furnace and isolate the furnace from everything. Cool. So I have got pipes. I need insulated pipes. Yeah, go nuts on them. Okay. Any of them. Okay, so need to connect you. So that now has to connect right over to there. Putting a bit of extra volume in that pipe's not going to hurt anyway. I can justify my doing it that way. Well, let's go. Right. Now I have to hook my furnace up to that there. So that connect to the far side over there. You. Right. Now I shall need an overpressure valve on that one, and I can disconnect those two. That can connect over to there. Okay, so that's the outlet from the gas fuel generator. Which I can put underneath the floor to be a little less obnoxious. So I need to say, you come out of there. Do not pull out that one. Nope. Up. Nope. That one. That one. That one. And you and you. So now, if that's switched off, I can do that, and it's still hooked up. And I can pull out that ugly pipe. Right. That's that one done. You do not need to be... Well, you will be connected. Oh. Maybe. Right, so I still need that to cool down. If I can really get my pollutant going. You're almost there. Almost cooled down, and then the pollutant can start getting its cool down. I might put up an extra couple of banks of radiators. That's what I need the frames for. These things are actually floating at the moment, so yeah. Put down another. If I put down another 2 banks of them. That sound fair? Another one of them to stack them. Okay, so I can do that. Okay, so you're currently venting there. I can put on the overpressure onto that one and isolate the furnace. Yep, that's cool. And hook you up to the other side of the heat exchanger. Ha! Okay, so I might do that in between episodes, have that messed around. So when we come back, we'll be ready to faff around with the heat exchanger. No, we've already faffed with the heat exchanger, with the Stirling. Oh dear. All right, anyway. But this is my cooling farm here. I have got them all set up. They are, none of them have alarms on them at the moment, which is could be a problem. So none of them switch off. But I have put the water one back in here because, well, I did have water in here, so I put the water one back in. Although now I found out why I've got water in there, I probably really don't need it. Now I could just run it through the Stirling engine and have everything come through here and collect my water this way. But then I'd have to send it all the way back. So I could just have that come straight out of there to that, and then everything comes through here. Or not. I might just leave that as it is. So I'll use that one there. I can still pull out my water cooler. So now I have the nitrogen being collected. It is, well, in an uninsulated tank, so I can expose that to the cold of night. It's not getting enough cold. That's connected to radiators to get it some more cold, and it is then have an uninsulated liquid tank, which is also connected to a radiator to try and cool it down even further. So that's the bulk of my cooling here is going to be liquid nitrogen. I'm not going to liquefy the oxygen, So that will probably have to put in another one of these to cool down the oxygen. Not that it really needs it. That's coming from ice. The carbon dioxide I do not want to liquefy, so that is currently just being cooled by the pollutant. Pollutant I'm collecting in insulated tanks with an insulated liquid tank because it will freeze if I expose it to the colder space. And it is being cooled by a liquid nitrogen down here. So that will cool it down to minus 97, 90, whatever, 90, well, before it freezes. Or I can do that. And then the pollutant is then just cooling this thing down to 25 degrees because liquid nitrogen can't cool something to 25 degrees. It can only cool it to minus 100 and something. My nitrous system has exploded many times, but I've got that here now. Once again, collected in insulated tanks. I haven't hooked up a cooler to that one yet. And my volatile is also here in an insulated tank. I could hook a cooler to it, but that's mostly coming from ice anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But that's the cooling system I've come up with. So my base is pretty much going to run on liquid nitrogen. Just need a few more radiators, well, a lot more radiators, because it's currently too slow. But anyway, we'll probably get some stairs one day too. Anyway, that's about all for this time. So till next time, happy building. See ya.